Welcome to 20 Side Adventures. My name's Ryan. This video we're talking about the changes to Psychic that came out in the Dark Archives. Now, full disclosure, I don't have this book yet. It really wasn't on my list of things I was going to pick up, and having just hit 1,000 subs, I'm not quite cool enough yet for Paizo to send those out, but hopefully on the next release I'll have it early enough to bring you guys the scoop. So I am really going to be just talking about what came out across Reddit, and if you're not a big follower of the Pathfinder community there, this might be news to you. But Dark Archives were dropped a little bit early, and some people started, putting out the information on what changed with the remaster of the Thaumaturge and the Psychic. And the Psychic had a couple nerfs, but I don't think they're necessarily undeserved, and they also got a couple little boosts, so we're going to talk about it right here. Now, if you like what we do here on the channel, please leave a like and subscribe. It's very much appreciated. Easiest way to support the channel is leave a comment. And since hitting 1,000 subs, we now have a little bit of a merch shop down there if you want to get some merch. Has some logos here from the channel if you like it, sweatshirts, t-shirts, things like that. Check it out. With no further ado, we're going to talk about the Psychic changes in Dark Archives. Okay, the biggest one. Imaginary weapon has been reduced from D8s to D6s, and amps have been changed to where they have to be used with the specific cast a amp cantrip, so they no longer pair with Spell Strike, because the Psychic was most predominantly used as an archetype to augment the Magus rather than just being a Psychic. So a lot of these changes really impact that Magus synergy, but dropping from D8s to D6 is a pretty substantive damage drop. Now, if we're looking at basic cantrips in reality, most cantrips are D4s, not D8s. Now granted, they have a 60-foot range instead of touch, which Imaginary Weapon has. Now, D6s generally have a 30-foot range, so maybe it makes sense that it would be D8 on touch. Well, except we have Gouging Claw, a touch cantrip that does D6s. So in reality, this D6 is really bringing into alignment what cantrip damage is supposed to be. Now, Gouging Claw does have a potential bleed on it, but Imaginary Weapon is now dealing force damage, so you are going to bypass most anything that has damage reduction in place of being able to get bleed. I also find it the only force damage tuned cantrip, which is a pretty neat flavor for the class, but flavor in a few niche instances to bypass damage reduction probably won't make up for a D8. So while it is in fact a real nerf, I don't think it is devastating. I think it really is just bringing that cantrip into alignment with other spells. Now, some of the boons. When you unleash your Psyche, it will now affect spells that have a duration on it, where before it only had to be direct damage spells. So you're getting a little bit of a boost there, so you're not being super restricted on the spells you can cast. Some Psychic abilities like Vector Screen and Whispering Steps got some minor changes that are slightly better, an increase in range and a change in how much you can move them, but not a lot of real tangible buffs there. So the biggest one really is you can use your Unleashed Psyche on any damaging spells, including duration spells now. Beyond that, most of the other changes I've seen reported are just bringing all the nomenclature into alignment, so all the spells are switching over to the new remaster name spells, and the focus points regeneration is changing, like how all focus points get regened now. We do have a new level 20 feat, which gives you a quickened, which is pretty in line with most any class's level 20 feats. And generally, Psychic just takes a little bit of a reduction in damage. Now again, I think that reduction mostly impacts the use as the Psychic dedication with the Magus versus the true Psychic itself, but based on what we've seen from Rebel Then King's community ranking project over the last 3 months, Psychic is not really a popular class. So did this remaster really take an opportunity to fine-tune that and maybe make it a little more appealing? I don't think they did. But that's okay. Not every class has to be super popular. Pathfinder is going to have something like 28 classes, a lot of choices. They're bringing more out. Not everyone's going to like every single class. Not everyone's going to have an opportunity to even get to play every single class. People are going to gravitate to the things they want, and Psychic does have a very unique and specific niche, even if it's not yours. With the Thaumaturge changes, I'm probably going to pick up a copy after all, so I can really dive into those and update my Thaumaturge video, so keep an eye out for Thaumaturge 202, where I'll be going over what changed with its remaster. From the looks of it, it got mostly a little bit of love. No real big changes there from what I've seen, but stay tuned for that video. And let me know what you guys think about the psychic change in the comments. Is Imaginary Weapon just coming in line with other cantrips like it, or is it a massive nerf that is crushing the psychic class that relied on this cantrip? As always, if you like what we're doing here on the channel, please leave a like and subscribe. It's very much appreciated. Easiest way to support the channel. Leave that comment. Again, tell me what you think about these changes. I'm going to wish you a fantastic time on your 20-sided adventures. I'll catch you next time.